Should you draft TJ Hockenson in fantasy football this year? Well, let's talk about it. So Hockenson he had an interesting year last year. He was injured coming into the year, missed the first half and a little bit more, came back, definitely wasn't, 100%, played okay, was a mid-tight end, and he was probably fine at the end of the day because he was really cheap. He was an 8th or 9th round pick, so you got him for cheap, and he might have been on waivers by that point. People who drafted him could have dropped him, so you either got him cheaper for waivers, and at the end of the day, he was fine. But going into this year, people are expecting the bounce back from Hockenson. Hockenson finished last year as the tight end 34, injury, and is currently ranked as the tight end 5 and the 55th overall player. And listen, there's a lot of things that you need to people want Hockenson to return to being the 2023 guy who was an elite, top 5-ish tight end. But there's some things that just concern me about Hockenson. First of all, J.J. McCarthy. Always got to mention him. I believe in J.J. McCarthy because if Sam Darnold can get as much as he did last year out of this offense, I think Kevin O'Connell can get the same thing out of J.J. McCarthy. I'm not super worried about McCarthy, but it is something to note. I am, however, worried about a little bit about just, Hawkinson's in an offense with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, who really came on last year. And yeah, both of those guys are sort of, deep ball merchants. And, there is a role for Hockenson as the short guy, getting those short yardage gains. But I do think that it is still, there's a lot of competition going around this offense. Like, Hockenson is definitely, I think, at best, the 2A, 2B with Addison, and at worst, a defined 3 in this offense, depending on how McCarthy likes it. Kevin O'Connell has also said that he wants to lean on the run a little bit more this year. They brought in Jordan Mason. Aaron Jones was fully healthy last year. If both of those guys are healthy, this team could run a little bit more this year just as a safety net, give more support to J.J. McCarthy as opposed to a veteran like Sam Darnold. I think Hawkinson's weird because I think he has a decent floor for tight ends, which is usually what you want to chase. You want a tight end who's at least putting up 7-8 points a game, and I think Hockenson has that. But I think his ceiling is significantly lower than guys going around him, and especially the guys going before him, and definitely some of the guys going after him might have a higher ceiling but a lower floor. So Hockenson feels like a really safe, low upside pick. But because of that, I think that there's just better value around Hockenson. He's going around guys like James Conner, who I love, David Montgomery, who's a safe pick, Cortland Sutton, Travis Hunter and Isaiah Pacheco, who are both upside picks. So I think that if I'm taking a tight end, I'd rather either go big with a Brock Bowers or George Kittle, or wait and get an Evan Ingram or Mark Andrews, who might do bare minimum with upside. So I just feel like Hawkinson's in this weird place where I'm just not that interested in him, and I think I'm going to give him a grade of C+.